What's up, you guys? I am Nia. Welcome back to my channel. This message is for the black sheep, baby. Okay? As the black sheep, you have to understand you are different. You are different, but you are loved. You're God's child. You're not your parents' children. They were the vessel that was used to get you here. So when you sit in the back and you know, I don't want to say playing the victim, because you actually are the victim in the situation. You're the victim because you're the child. You were the child. You deserve the love that you needed. You deserve the validation. You deserve to be seen. You deserve to be heard. You deserve to have that time spent with you. You deserved it all because you're the child. You deserved it. You deserve that love that your parents was never able to give you, that your family was never able to give you. Say, Lonnie, be quiet. You deserved it. But unfortunately, they were not able to give it to you then, and they still may not be able to give it to you now unless they have done their own inner healing from their sadistic ways that they had. They have demons on them that they're fighting themselves. They are running away from the truth. 9 times out of 10, narcissistic people run away from the truth. They hate the truth. The truth is just pushes the shame onto them that they already feel deep down inside, but they mask it with their mask. They mask it with these materialistic things, with, you know, acting like they popular in the world and attention seeking in the world, and like, you know, they just popular here. Everybody likes them, and that grandiose personality that they put on, that grandiosity, they cover their real shame with that. And what you have to understand is the black sheep, they're never going to give you what you're looking for. You have to accept that. It hurts. It hurts. But after so long of dealing with these people, you see that it's just a repetitive cycle. You might be cool, and then something happens, and it's like the same emotional roller coaster. They'll send you on an emotional roller coaster. And this is why a lot of times black sheep do have mental illness. The rest of them do too. But 9 times out of 10, what I'm noticing is the black sheep, the child of the narcissistic parent, typically has like borderline personality. They typically have another cluster B disorder, because 9 times out of 10, if you have a cluster B parent who has a narcissistic personality disorder, they'll produce children that have one of the other cluster Bs. Cluster Bs come from other cluster Bs. You're either gonna be histrionic, borderline, narcissistic, or antisocial. Antisocial personality disorder, which is the sociopaths. And some of these people out here are narcissistic sociopaths, because in all of those, in all of that cluster B personality disorder, they all share narcissism traits. They all share narcissism traits. I had another video where I was like talking about that, because I told y'all I have high functioning BPD. Like, I have quiet, what they would deem as quiet BPD, because I'm not suicidal, and I'm not, my rage and stuff doesn't go outward. I take it inward. So I'll blame myself. I'll feel like, you know, I'll talk bad to myself instead of necessarily doing it to other people. But sometimes it might come out, but more so it's like self-sabotaging tactics that I would do. My main one is the binge eating. I used to do a lot of sex, like reckless sex and road rage and stuff like that. Like, I used to express it like that. But I was never like suicidal. I just would eat my way, like, and you know, eating yourself to that, it can cause issues with you. It can cause health issues when you just eating and binge eating, like I be doing today. Like, I know, that's why I know that I have these, because I see my binge eating ways, and it's like, I gotta snap out of it sometimes when I'm having these emotional up and downs, because I still have it. It's getting a lot better, because I really have God included in my life. But what I need y'all to understand is, you're gonna be okay, but you have to, for one, the number one step to dealing with this is removing yourself from the equation. You can't heal in the same place that broke you. But a lot of people, a lot of black sheep, you're afraid to really step away. Some black sheep are not the scapegoats. Some of y'all aren't, but some of y'all are, because that's all you know. You might rely on them for something, and as long as you have to rely on the narcissist, they're always in control. Narcissist is about control. They might use subtle tactics to control you. They might do you know, harsh, big, substantial tactics to control you. They have their tactics. And their goal is to destroy you, really, destroy you emotionally and spiritually. And most times they have already conquered that through your childhood, which is why now, as an adult, you have the mental illnesses you have the internal battles and conflict that you had. They already did their job. But you have to overcome that. You can't let them win. You have to defeat that enemy. And 9 times out of 10, you have to go no contact and get away from them, because you can't heal in the same space that was broken. And you're going to be yearning for something from them they will never be able to give you, because if they was able to give it to you, they would have been gave it to you since you was a little kid, in adolescence, in your early 20s, in your 30s. They still ain't doing it. They still not validating you. They're never going to do that. Your version of what happened to them, they're always going to tell you that you're lying. They're always going to tell you that that's not true. They're always going to counter whatever claim that you come up and say what your truth was, what your version of it was. Sometimes they remember, sometimes they don't. Well, I guess you should leave the light on, huh? Leave it on. Just leave it on, because it's actually better for my video. Sometimes, see, she messed me up, but they're not going to give you that validation that you're looking for. They're going to deny and deny and deny, because the truth affects their self-esteem. It affects that mask that they wear. It affects that. And because on the mask forefront that they wear, on their mask, it's, to them, they feel like they're just great. They have their life in order. They've conquered so much. They have everything. They're successful in this area, that area. They have a great job. They might have a husband, wife, girlfriend, something. They in a happy relationship. They have a great job. They have a house. They got so much to lose. So they pride themselves on materialism to dress up the flesh. They are big people that dress up the flesh to hide what's really on the inner them. That's what they do. And you have to understand that because you're talking to a person like that who has a false sense of self, they have a false sense of reality. They know what's up for real though. But the mask that they wear, because that's who it's like an alter ego that they have. They don't have, once you have a death of the ego, you're going to realize who you truly are. Even with us, on this side of the spectrum, and there's 2 sides of the spectrum, and you got to understand that when you talking about this stuff, you can't just talk about this type of stuff to any and everybody. If you're a black sheep, you need to only be talking to other black sheep, because a narcissist, first of all, a lot of people, majority of the people in the world run off of narcissism. And because society tells you, honor the Bible tells you, honor thy mother, thy father, and society placed moms on this hierarchy, and so when you have a narcissistic mother and you're talking about your mom, you're expressing how you feel, America is going to tell you, that's still your mom. That's still your mom. They pacify mothers. They let mothers get away with all their iniquities. They let them get away with that wicked stuff that they do because of you're the mom and you did what you could and you made sure your kids had, and I provided clothes, food, and shelter, something that you're supposed to do. Like, that's a given. That's not nothing to brag about. That's something everybody does. That's something that even the shelter will do for you. And this is why when we grow up, you distance yourself from your parents, because you realize, like, dang, now that I provide all these things for myself, what do you have to offer? What do you have to offer when all your only claim was that you provided materialistic things? You never gave the time and attention and the love that their child needed. Everyone has a love language. And just because you deem love as what you can buy for someone, you buy this, I buy that, I buy that. You deem love as that. Others of us don't deem love off of that. We're not driven off of gifts. We're driven off of quality time, off of words of affirmation, reassurance. Some of us are driven off of that. Some of us are driven off of all of them. I feel like I'm all of them, because if you don't buy me nothing, I ain't gonna like you. If you don't spend time with me, I ain't gonna like you. I need all of it. And you have to understand that these people were not able to give you that. You have to accept that. You have to forgive them for you. You have to forgive them for you so you can make peace within yourself. You have to allow God to heal you. You have to know that though my mother and my father have forsaken me, God will receive me. God will love me. God will pour into me. God will give me all the reassurance that I need, all the love that I was seeking so dearly, so earnestly from these people out in the world. I never needed them this whole time, because God can give it to you. God will give you that peace. God will begin to heal you and teach you your self-worth. And to teach you no matter what you look like, no matter what you smell like, no matter none of that, he still was with you. He still got you. He will never leave you or forsake you. But you have to separate yourself from these type of people. Even if you still deal with them, you're never really going to be able to truly heal unless you learn how to put distance in. But even when you come back around them, they're going to do, one thing I've learned with this, they're going to do something. That's why for me, my best thing was to go no contact. Like, because you're going to do something. You're not, they're so, the type of demon that's on them, they nice, nasty type of people. To the public, they seem like nice, sweet people. But the people at home, this is why if you've ever been in a relationship with one, what the people at work see, what the people at the church, in their organizations, they do their charity events, they in the world, they show up as nice people, friendly, go lucky, hey, everybody. But behind the scenes, they be talking about everybody. They be talking about everybody that they wave talking to and chitter chatter with at work and go for the camaraderie, the people that they go there for. They love attention. They love admiration. So they got to put on like they're this nice person so they can get that admiration that they need from people. Narcissistic personality disorder is a self-centered disease. It's about me, 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 me. And oftentimes theirs too stem from childhood where they didn't get the attention and the love that they needed. So they grow up in a world and like, man, to take their power back, they like, everything is about me. If it ain't about me, I don't want it. Everything must be about me and revolve around me. And if you don't stroke my ego, if you don't make me feel good, even though I'm a piece of crap, I don't want to be around you. So they put on these images, that ego, this mask that they wear to present to the world like they're this and like they're that, like they're nice. They're wolf in sheep clothing. They're wolves in sheep clothing. But because you always see them in that sheep clothing, because in the world, they have to put on that mask. And when they get home, they tired. They take that mask off. They get home and be like, whew. A long day of pretending to be an angel, pretending to be a sheep. Whole time they come home and they got their wolf ears and they wolf teeth just over there grinding about how fake they had to be out here to society today. That's the type of people that they are. They treat the people in their household because they come home and take their mask off. So the people in the house get the wolf. Meanwhile, everybody on the streets got the sheep. So when you talk to other people about these type of people, they won't get it unless they too been there. And as I'm realizing, as I'm seeing this other girl's story, all of us, because we all got the same story. If you go under the narcissistic parents and the narcissistic relationships, if you go under the comments and look what everybody be saying, all of us, we all be like, I live the same life. I live the same life. How did you live my life? Because this is a spirit that is on these people. It's a sadistic spirit. And these spirits duplicate. So if the spirit lies within this one, that one, and that one, it's that same spirit. It's just duplicated. If they didn't have children and they act the same way, it's the same evil spirit that's within multiple humans as hosts, taking over them. And they never really heal because they don't do the inner work, because they want to hide that stuff. This is what people who bury everything and want to act like it never happened, they convince themselves. This is how people like this can end up passing a lie detector test, because they keep telling themselves that this ain't that to make themselves feel better, to trick their mind. But one thing about it, baby, the subconscious always know, which is why they always will hold guilt and shame deep down within them, which is why they always feel attacked. You can ask one simple question about their parenting. You can, tell them how they made you feel as a child or even now as an adult, and they're going to be feeling attacked. They're going to be ready to fight you. They're going to be ready to go off. They're going to say all these things because they feel attacked. People who feel attacked, it's because it's the truth. It's the truth. Because when stuff don't apply, I'm like, okay, that means it's not for me. This message ain't for me, so I'm not mad about this. I know this is not my character, so I'm not going to be bothered by that. So you got to understand, you can't talk to everybody about this type of stuff. Only talk to your people, because if you're talking to other narcissistic people, other mothers that you interact with that might be just like your mama or just like your daddy or just like your grandmama, whoever that narcissistic person was, whether it was your sibling, whoever it is. And most times narcs link up. They like to triangulate. Hey, leave her alone. They like to get everybody against their victim. They like to bring on multiple people on their team so the victim can look like the bad guy. I see it far too often. Like everybody I know that's black sheep on a personal level, it's all the same stuff. The only way you get your power back is when you separate yourself from them. That's the only way. You separate themselves and let God. You separate yourself and let God begin to work on you. And through working on you, He's gonna lead you right into your purpose. He's gonna take all that pain and turn it into purpose for you. But you gotta spend that one-on-one time with Him. You gotta stop harboring on so much hate to them family members and the people who did you wrong. This is the importance of letting God into your life, because you'll know when you start healing, when you don't have so much hate in your heart for them. You can wish them well still. It's when you learn to forgive them, even though they never gave you an apology, even though they continuously deny what happened. This is why you cut them off. Stop looking for something from them. They will never be able to give you that. You have to understand that. You have to get that through your head. You have to repeatedly understand in your head. Tell yourself again and again and again. They will never validate me. What makes you think they are now? You can cry about it. You can write it all over the wall. You can do graffiti through the town and let them expose them to the world. They're still never going to say, yes, I did that to you. Because in their mind, they might feel like they didn't do nothing. They might have forgot about what they did to you. But you did. And you know what happened to you. And you never let nobody take that away from you. You know what happened. You know how you felt. You know why you operate the way you do now. Or you might not know how you operate, but you might be learning why you operate that way. And this is why I say get your relationship right with God, because He will expose all of that to you. It took for me to move away before all of this came to the light. You're chosen. You're God's chosen one. You're called here on a special assignment. And a lot of y'all assignment is to actually talk about your childhood trauma. The ways they have tried to silence you for your dear life. Enough of that. We in the last days, and God has chose us to be the ones to speak up. You get with Him with direction on what area you need to speak up against, how you need to advocate for yourselves and others that are afraid to speak up. But you have a special assignment, and you need to get with God so He can reveal that to you. That's what you have to do. Don't let these people keep on keeping you in victim state of mind. We are here to go from victim to survivor to thriver. We're not just surviving this anymore. You'll know when you're moving and healing through it, because when you talk about it, you don't get so upset, get so angry. You're going to have times when you be like, dang, you got that feeling of resentment. You indignant about the situation. You're going to be like, dang, that was really messed up. But it's like, when you see what it does for you, like for me, now that I'm in my purpose, I be like, I'm glad y'all did that. Like, thank you. You didn't boss me up, shorty. Like, you bossed me up. You got me on a whole new, I took my power back. I starved the parasite. That's the best feeling, to know that you got no access to me. That's the best feeling. And now I'm in my purpose. And once you get in your purpose and you get in, and God gives you meaning, life has new meaning for you beyond just the scope of being a parent. It's beautiful. A lot of us have that helper, fixer, savior spirit because of this. Because we want to save that little girl and little boy within us. That little girl and little boy that's screaming for attention, screaming for love, just yearning, seeking to be hugged, kissed, loved, told you okay, told you beautiful, told you I got you, somebody to protect you. All of that, bless you. You learn to give that to yourself. And you learn to actually sit back, release control, surrender to God so that He can do that for you. Let Him handle your light work. Because they definitely light work, for real. They really scary individuals. They really are some scary individuals. And when you take your power back, you're going to realize, nah, you really the stronger vessel. They the weaker vessel. You're going to realize the way they try to control and dominate you all your life, now you got the gun. You got the rod. You got the staff. All right. I was just thinking about Kingdom Come. When Kingdom Come, she was like, Jesus got the knob. I don't know if y'all know about Kingdom Come. That used to be my movie. And Junior and the mother was in the car, and they was fighting about the radio station. And the mother took the knob. And she said, Jesus got the knob. Jesus got the knob, okay? And this is what you got to understand, like, let God handle that light work. Move on with your life. And in the beginning, it's going to hurt, you know, but as time go on, the peace you have, like, you can't buy this kind of peace. You can't buy this kind of peace. And God gonna send you, he's gonna bring in a new family for you. Ones that get you, ones that hear you, ones that understand you. With those other ones, they didn't. And that's why I say all narcs, if you look in the comments, like the one video I saw with the girl, she expressing what's going on, you know, her family drama online. And you can just see you can tell who all the narc people are, who all the narc siblings. You can see who everybody is. Some people are saying the same thing like that. I'm saying in the sense of, you gotta move on from it. You're never gonna forget about it. But you change your perspective on it and you stop looking and seeking for understanding from them. Because they're not gonna give it to you. You just gotta move on with grace. You hit them where it hurt when you move on and be happy. That's the ultimate revenge in life. Your revenge is your success. Not just monetarily. It's not about how much money. That's a plus. That's a plus, because 9 times out of 10, they try to starve you. They be jealous of you and all that. So that's a plus. But it's the way that everything that they want you to say about you, it's you turning around and doing the opposite. They used to criticize how you look. They called you dirty. They called you fat. They called you too skinny. They said you would never be nothing. They said you can't read. They said you can't write. They said you're dumb. They said this. All of that. You become the best version of yourself. You go get that education. No matter how hard it was. They said you'll never be able to finish college. You'll never do these things. You go do it. You speak up. You use your voice. They try to silence you. Baby, you're not a deaf mute, Pooh. You're not a deaf mute. You have a voice. Use it. Use it. That's what scares them. Now they'll begin to call you evil when you finally use this. When they try to silence you, and 9 times out of 10, you've been speaking up. But when you get older and you really get more understanding about life, and now you speak up as an adult, and you're really able to hit them where it hurt, they ain't gonna like you. And they ain't gonna like you, but guess what? They ain't gonna have no choice but to respect you. They gonna have to bow down. They gonna either have to get in line or get away. They're going to have to get with it or get lost. And they let them watch you from afar. You know? Because seeing this, it's just like, it's just sad. And people don't understand it, but you don't really want to understand it. If y'all watching this video, obviously y'all understand it because y'all are the black sheep. Y'all have been there. But those who don't get it, they will never get it. You can't expect people to get it, but you stand on what you do, what you say, because there's people out there who understand you. We all bind together. We are the chosen ones. We was chosen for a time such as this. God knew you. Before you was formed in your mama womb, God knew you. He appointed you to be great. He appointed you. Don't let your childhood, don't let the relationship traumas, don't let these traumas hinder you from being the person, the man or the woman that God created you to be. Spend that time with him. Do your inner work so that you can be the best version of yourself, so that you can be happy for once, that you can have that peace for once, so that you can reach that level of success, so you can break those generational curses. You can bind the devil and all his tricks. That way it won't get passed on to the next generation. You have the capability to do it. It's not saying it's going to be easy, but it's going to be well worth it in the end. You're going to look back on it and you're going to laugh. You're going to be like, I'm glad I went through that. I'm glad I've been through a lot. It made me a monster. My man Lil Baby sang. And I love that. That's why I love that song. Like, man, I'm glad I've been through a lot. It made me a monster. I just seen this ish get grimy. For real. But you know what? When you get tired of being tired, I swear that's why I love Lil Baby. All his songs just be hitting, like, you know. When you get tired of being tired, he said, I'm tired of being tired. That part of me done died. For real. And when you get tired of being mistreated by these folks, you realize that you better off without them than with them. When these little holidays come up, so what about all of that? You start your new life. This is why nowadays you got the Friendsgiving and all of this. People doing their own thing because a lot of people, you tired of being in toxicity because the world deems family is this, but the main family be the main ones that's constantly backstabbing you. And this is why you facing so much betrayal trauma. This is why you out here hurting other people. A lot of people out here hurting other people because of the family that hurt them. Yet you don't take your frustrations out on your family, the ones who actually caused you the pain. You out here taking it out on innocent people who never did nothing to you, did nothing but try to love you. But yet you still catering and geeking to be around them same losers who done hurt you time and time again since you was a little child. Yet you giving them so much grace. Nah, give these new people the grace. And stop looking for acceptance from them who gonna constantly backstab you. Who never really want to see you win. Who see your anointing. Who've seen your anointing since you were born because you were marked since birth, baby. It's in the text. It's in the text. So I say we gotta get to know who we are. So you gotta get your relationship with God. You gotta get in your word. You gonna see how you were chosen. You gonna see how you were Joseph. Joseph was the black sheep. Joseph, they was hating on Joseph for his dreams. He was dreaming dreams. Some of y'all been dreaming dreams since you was little. You've been speaking the truth since you was little. You had skill and talent since you was little that they try to diminish because they wanted to dim your light because your light was just so fluorescent. You got LED light and they wanted to dim it. It was too much for their demons that they fight. It was too much for the dark soul that they had. Light irritates darkness. You know how you wake up? If you sleep and then some light turn on, you like, ooh, that's how it feels to see you. It's like, ooh, his light is just so vibrant. Don't let these people change who you are. Don't let them make you sadistic like them because that's what they want. They want to, what's the word I'm looking for? They want to initiate. I don't even know if that's the word, but they want to get you on a team with them. They want to recruit. That's the word I'm looking for. They want to recruit. Thank you, God. They want to recruit you to come on the dark side with them. Nah, baby. We don't make friends with the enemy. We don't make friends with the enemy. We trample on serpents around here. We trample on you. We don't make friends with demons. We ain't making friends with our demons, and we ain't making friends with these demon seeds that's around us. We rebuking them. We uprooting them. We binding them. Back to the abyss they go. They can't sit here. Can't sit with me. And if they don't work on their demons, you don't want to be around them. Because bad company corrupts good character. You don't want to be around those type of people, family or not. Don't make me get to reading this. And as time go on, I'm going to have this about dealing with idolatrous family members, dealing with these type of family members. You get far away from them. Let God work on you like he did Joseph. And when you come back, you're going to be leading the sheep. They threw you to the wolves. You came back leading the pack, baby. They going to really still hate you. They ain't going to have no choice but to respect you like they had to respect Joseph. Joseph became king. Y'all sold him off into slavery. Y'all shipped him off because y'all was jealous of his dreams. Jealous because he had vision. Jealous because of something that he didn't ask for because God put that on him. He was much different than all his brothers. And y'all hated him. Sold him off to the Ishmaelites. And then he still was found favor. Even when the Ishmaelites sold him off to Pharaoh and them. Or Potiphar ended up buying him and all of that stuff that happened. Everything that happened to Joseph we're going to do a separate video about that. We're going to do a separate video about that. Because I know my story, I got to edit that other video and I know my story's back at the end. But he found favor because of his dreams. That same dream that he was kicked away from his own family for, he was found favored by the Egyptians king, by Pharaoh. They found favor in this man for that same dream, for his same skills and talent and gift that God gifted him with to dream dreams, to see what's going to come, to interpret dreams. And that gift is what catapulted him into his next rank, to become king. And when the famine came, his brothers came back and needed him. And that's what God want to do with you. He want to take you from rags to riches for real in real life. But he want to get you spiritually up. He want to get you spiritually rich first. He want to get that. He want to work inside out. God is not about outside in. He's not on that narc stuff where he dressed it up and make it look good. Now, he really wanted to be good, feel good, and exuberate nothing but good. He tired of that dimming your light stuff. No, he want to heal you, fix you up inside, wash you up, purify that soul up in you, cleanse you, take you through that filtration process, because the water up in you, baby, is dirty. It's so much pain up in there. It's not to say the pain will forever go away, but the way you deal with it, the way you handle it, the way when those thoughts come across your head, the way you deal with it, it's going to be different than before when you was in that victim state of mind and when you was in that survivor state of mind. It's going to be different. You're going to find gratitude in that, because you're going to be like, dang, they did that. And look how I'm using that now. Look how I'm, look what you did for me. This is why it's hard for me to hate my mom. I love my mom still. Love them. All y'all that did me wrong. Like, I can't. It takes too much energy to harbor hate in my heart. I can't do it. Will I mess with you again? No. All them friends that be DMing and no, I would never go backwards. But am I going to harbor hate in my heart towards you? No, I'm not. Come on, go on. Go with your sister. Am I going to harbor hate in my heart? No, I'm not. But he wants to take you from rags to riches spiritually and then monetarily. You have an inheritance stored up for you. Do the inner work. Do what you need to do. Get with God so he can show you your purpose. Start writing your books. Start your YouTube channel. Start making your presence known. Start whatever he's telling you to do in this season. Start doing it so you can plant your seed, water it, and begin to reap the harvest from it. And those same people are going to be sitting back watching, mad with a stuck face, wishing they would have treated you differently. Just like Joseph's brothers end up coming back needing him. And now you got the power. Take your power back. Okay, so I'm going to leave it here. And I'll see y'all in the next video, because I was not supposed to make it this long, but I always do. But I'll see y'all in the next video. Deuces.